In the heart of Istanbul lives a club that is more than football. A club that connects generations, creates dreams, and makes millions of hearts beat faster. This is the story of Fenerbahçe S.K. To understand what Fenerbahçe means today, we must go back in time. The year is 1907. Istanbul is a city in transition. In the district of Kadıköy, a small group of young men dream of forming their own football club. At a time when football was still new and sometimes discouraged, their determination led them to create something that would last for generations. What began as a small dream soon became something much bigger. The club quickly grew into a symbol of identity, pride, and unity for many people. In the early years, matches were played on simple fields, with very few resources. The players wore basic kits, and facilities were limited. But with every match, more people gathered to watch. Little by little, Fenerbahçe transformed from a small team into a powerful community. The club adopted its famous colors, yellow and navy blue. Yellow represents light, energy, and hope. Navy blue represents strength, determination, and stability. Together, they became the colors that millions of supporters proudly wear today. Over time, Fenerbahçe grew into one of the most influential sports clubs in Turkey. But every great club also has its rivals. In Istanbul, football is not just played, it is deeply felt. One of the most intense rivalries in world football exists between Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray S.K. Their encounters are known as the Intercontinental Derby. When these two teams meet, the entire city feels the tension. Streets change color, cafes fill with supporters, and every moment of the match becomes unforgettable. For fans, these matches represent much more than a game. They are about pride, history, and belonging. Throughout its history, many remarkable players have worn the yellow and navy jersey of Fenerbahçe. One of the most legendary figures in the club's history is Alex de Souza. With his extraordinary vision and leadership, he became one of the most beloved players ever to represent the club. Other international stars also left their mark at Fenerbahçe, including Roberto and Dirk Kuyt. Their talent and experience helped strengthen the team and inspired supporters around the world. With players like these, Fenerbahçe continued to grow and compete at the highest level. One of the most memorable moments in the club's history came during the 2007-2008 season, when Fenerbahçe reached the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. European nights in Kadıköy became legendary, with an atmosphere that visiting teams would never forget. Yet even greater than the players or the trophies are the supporters themselves. For many people, the love for Fenerbahçe begins in childhood and continues throughout their lives. The passion is passed down from parents to children, creating a bond that lasts for generations. The supporters are the heart of the club. Through victories and defeats, they continue to stand behind their team with unwavering loyalty. Fenerbahçe is also more than just a football club. It is a large sports organization with successful teams in basketball, volleyball, athletics, and many other disciplines. Across all these sports, the spirit of the club remains the same: ambition, unity, and determination. Players may come and go. Seasons may change. Generations may grow older. But one thing always remains: the passion, the pride, the love for Fenerbahçe. Fenerbahçe is not just a club. It is a history. It is an identity. It is a love that never fades. Yellow heart, blue heart, soccer ball.